In the only building this franchise has ever known. We're at the home of the Texans. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And we're off and running from Houston. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. We'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Working quickly here. Second and 3. Pass is caught. That's Tim Patrick. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm sure Coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he gets up for a gain of about 4. Offense in the hurry up here. This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap here to go. Into the hands of Gibbs. And this one doesn't go far. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. 4th down, Goff throwing. Completed over the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. First down throw from Goff. Laporta with the grab. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
That one right down the middle. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
All right.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the gun, Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options, Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
That's complete to Diggs on the slant. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. 7-0 is our score. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. We're working a couple yards past the line. Brought down by the veteran Carlton Davis. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd and 8. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He has the first over the middle. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Escapes the pocket. Into the hands of Schultz. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. First red zone opportunity of the game now for the Texans. They've got 1st and 10 right along the 20. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, let's go.
From the 18 on 2nd down. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. An incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Nico Collins, the intended target. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Shotgun now for Stroud. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans earn the chance to tie before halftime. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Khalif Raymond to return it. And look at this return. Races past midfield. Touchdown on an incredible return. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
That one splits the uprights. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. Dameon Pierce now to return it. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he gets him into a good spot, just a yard or two shy of the 40-yard line. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Why Tony?
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. He's trying to push the field. And he hauls in the interception. Amik Robertson takes it away. And the Lions get a great return up close to their own 30 before they're able to drag him down. That is one of the longest throws we have or probably will see in this contest, partner. It's too bad it wound up in the hands of the defense on the interception.
You know, Kate, when I see throws like this, I see images of Bo Jackson back in the day. As a Kansas City Royal throwing Harold Reynolds out from the warning track. 300 feet in the air. He hummed that baseball to gun down the runner at home plate. The difference here in football, yeah, you throw that ball up, that DB's also got to run 50-some yards, go up high point and make a play. That is just incredible defensive football.
16 yards on the play. And that gives the Lions the first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
On 1st down, it's gone. He sends this one to the end zone. And the catch is made. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions grow their lead just before halftime. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Lions double their lead to 14. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Pierce now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear. Hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
He's got it over the middle. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're rolling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Hey, south.
Stroud now on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Ifeatu Melifonwu with the INT. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Goff on 1st and 10. He lobs it up, left sideline, looking for a chunk play. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
To throw again here, 2nd and 10, it's gone. Pass complete to Gibbs. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory. Here comes the final play of our first half.
We go, 76, 76.
Throwing it just before halftime. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Taken away by the rookie from USC. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Pierce now on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds, short of the 45, but still in excellent shape across the 40.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
On the move, headed right. And after some relocating there, Brock, they track him down away from the pocket. And they'll try to build on that big stop.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Lions get it back after making their third first-half interception.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
And he gets this forward to the 19. Working quickly here. Gibbs now from the gun. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Go!
Offense in the hurry up here.
Hey, kill!
The throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6. He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up. So now, after the penalty, it's 1st and 15. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Finds Laporta. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Hey, Cal! Shell!
Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions push their lead further to start the half. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Well, Brock, he found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
That one splits the uprights. And the Lions stretch their lead to 21. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Pierce now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Oh, ready?
They'll begin with a run by Mixon. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Oh, ready?
From the 31. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And what a hit there. Ouch, he pays the price for moving the chains that time. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Texans with the football, and a chance to do a little window dressing here in the 4th. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's Stroud now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
This is caught inside the 15. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Stephon Diggs touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans get it back to a 14-point game. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30.
We go tonight.
They'll go right side with Gibbs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Offense up to the line fast.
Now you won.
Again, it's Gibbs. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
Now you 3.
Goff back to throw. He finds Laporta. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the press for moving the chains that time. Working quickly here. Now Goff. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Lions feeling good with a 14-point advantage. Second and 3 now. Running it with David Montgomery. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down. Staying on the ground with Montgomery. And he has this one down to the 8-yard line. They've got to keep moving quick here. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He's on the move, and he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions have likely locked up the win right there. It's a Jared Goff touchdown. His third total score this game. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
That one right down the middle. And the Lions stretch their lead to 21. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. They're out and set. First and 10.
Here we go.
From the gun, Stroud. Completed over the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Not Milo.
From the 35 on second down. Schultz with the catch. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it sets up a Houston first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Stroud throwing here on first. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it's going to be second down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And there's our last stand image of this game. It's intercepted. Kirby Joseph picks it. So the Lions get the win on the road. Man, this one is gonna sting, partner. You pride yourself on defending your building, getting those home victories. Instead, you end up taking a bitter pill today in front of your own fans.
Well, as one coach famously said, we're on to Cincinnati. We're on to Cincinnati. That's all these guys could do after giving one up at home.
Normally the Texas heat and humidity mean the roof stays closed, but not today as the sun is out here at NRG Stadium in Houston. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Throwing now is Stroud. Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Houston. Stephon Diggs, 71 yards. And the Texans need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, right at the 30. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco. Down to the 42, second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. Now Mahomes. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Now here's Mahomes. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. That is caught by Rice for a Chiefs touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Chiefs are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, down here, I thought they were going to hand that off. Instead, a well-designed play and the pitch and catch for the touchdown.
And I wonder who came up with it. Was it a call from the bench? Did the quarterback have a good idea and suggest it? In any event, clearly an effective play call. They saw something they liked in coverage, and they targeted it for the short yardage throw.
And the perfect way to cap their opening drive. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And the Chiefs are going to get him. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
A big loss on the play. Brings up fourth down.
7-7, our score after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a fourth down coming up. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Taken in at the 22. Wiggles free, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Steps away to his left. He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 34. They go play action. Now Mahomes. That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Pacheco. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Touchdown! Isaiah Pacheco. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Interesting to me.
And Stroud now to throw. Fighting through pressure. Flushed out right. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back
Let's see if Texans can upset Super Chiefs.
Now Stroud. Able to find the open man. That's complete. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 70 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from drawing level.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Let's see. Thanks for stopping by.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Hey, uno more. 19 Texans. Buggy. 11. Hey.
Stroud out of the gun here. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. It was Leo Chanel who got in to drop him. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. No, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Here's Stroud. Leo Chanel. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. That's taken at around the 40. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hopkins. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone. And that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 3rd and 19.
All right.
Stroud to throw it. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Stroud. And it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness, it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Here's Mahomes to throw. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage. Put the ball right on him.
Yellow. Hey, 43, 15.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Here's Pacheco headed right. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try and run with Pacheco. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Well, field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Chiefs have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 21-14.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Final minute now of the third quarter. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down. Stroud looking to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 40.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 41.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Mahomes now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That ball caught. It's Rice. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And give him a gain of 37. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Running left to give to Pacheco. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Pacheco. And they'll get it down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's Pacheco once again. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Already.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Leo Chanel. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Pacheco. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. A give right side for Pacheco. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes finding the talented DeAndre Hopkins. And the Chiefs have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it.
Sunshine and pleasant temps have led to a wide-open roof here this afternoon at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Thomas barreling ahead. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. They run here with Rico Dowdle. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10.
Yeah! Here we go. 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Throw complete right side to Cooks. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 5. Prescott. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. Throwing, Prescott. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll make it second down.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Here we go.
Now Prescott. Dancing to his left.
Finding Tolbert here over the middle.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. 4th down, Prescott.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he stopped immediately there.
Trayvon Diggs getting the tackle. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
4th down. Here's Stroud.
There's a diving catch right side.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the 1st down conversion. Now it's Mixon running right. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
And Stroud now to throw.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
3rd and goal, Stroud.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's Prescott.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Now Stroud.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
How to approach this. Third down and 16 yards to go. Here's Stroud. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
The Texans send the punter out.
Devontae Turpin deep for the Cowboys.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, after incompletions on first and second down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
Here's Prescott. He's got him in, complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throwing now is Stroud. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
A big play here for Dallas. 44 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
To throw is Prescott. That is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down.
It's 4th down.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Here we go.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield,
Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Stroud. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Arlington. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Stroud to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. They go back to the ground now with Mixon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, a 15-yard touch.
Who else don't like the Cowboys' face with tears of joy?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Space City, Houston, Texas, and NRG Stadium. About ready to get this one started. Jaime Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from Houston. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Ready?
Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Here we go.
On first down, it's Love. He runs with it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll come up now for second down and 4.
Come on, set.
Here's Love. The catch is made. This is Tucker Crack. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was the intended target there. And it'll be second down. From the gun, it's Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Ready, break.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on fourth down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That's incomplete. Daring call on fourth down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on downs. And now the first carry for Joe Mixon. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's Stroud. And he's going to wind up going out of bounds. That's a big mistake. He needed to just fling that to the sideline. Instead, it'll be a huge loss. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. A big one there on third down, good for 26 yards. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. 0-0 is the score. And more from Houston coming up in a moment. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. A dive and a catch. Incredible. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down. To throw is Stroud. In trouble, and down he goes.
A big loss on the play brings up 2nd down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
11.
Here's Stroud. He's got his man. That's Nico Collins. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6.
On the quick, right?
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Greg and I, back from Houston in a moment. Here's another shot from the 6 at 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Mixon. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 3rd and goal coming up.
So on 2nd down, they try to hammer it in on the ground, Mike, but now on 3rd and goal, I don't think you had any choice but to put this ball in your quarterback's hands and test it.
And he'll take it on in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. Now Fairbairn on for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Texans will take a 7-0 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Down. Hut. Ready.
Here's Love to throw. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Here we go.
Love to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit. Right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And the rush is going to get there. He'll go down. They were taking a big risk going for it in their own territory. It will not pay off. It's a turnover on downs. You
know, Mike, you could almost just look down in the huddle, and the players are looking at the sideline like, Coach, isn't the punt team going to come out? And the coach was having none of it. He says, no, you're staying on the field. We're being aggressive all day long, and we're going to go pick up this 1st down.
About 19 yards on that one. They're in business. It's 1st and goal.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. They look to run with Mixon. Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short.
They keep it on the ground twice, Mike, and they have no success. So now if you're the play caller, that starts creeping into your head. Do you have confidence in a third attempt, or now do you try to change it up and go play action and put the ball in the air?
2J.
They'll try and run with Mixon. And waiting, no signal. He did not. No, he did not get in. And that's going to bring up 4th and goal.
Here we go.
Stroud. And this is hot. Wow, the decision to go pays off. Touchdown, Texans.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle four, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Fairbairn to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Texans move out on top, 14-0. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Back to throw is Love. And this one is intercepted. Derek Stingley comes up with it. And his offense.
We've been here so many times, and you still stand in awe at the size of this place. We're at AT&T Stadium. Welcome to Arlington, Texas. Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And off we go from Dallas. Damian Pierce now to return it. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
And he gets him around 6 there. Malik Hooker with the tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Schultz with the catch. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First down from the red zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is, if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
Why, Tony?
Stroud to throw again on 2nd. Chased out to his right. Cowboys rush it in, and they bring him down. And he's just going to take the sack here as he heads out of bounds. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. Shotgun now for Stroud. To the edge of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. From the gun, Stroud. Forced out to his right. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 26.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He cuts it back right. Continues to cook. Hits the 20. He cuts it. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Pierce now on the return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got first down from the 31.
On the quick, right?
A give to Mixon up the middle. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. This is complete to Schultz. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it sets up a Houston first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First down, Stroud. Into the hands of Schultz. And he winds up out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Neither side separating much so far. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession.
Here we go.
They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Second and 3 now. Here's Stroud. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
All right.
Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
It's Mixon on 2nd down. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, it did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Now it's Stroud. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4.
Here we go.
Stroud. Buys time, rolling right. Look to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. And it's the Cowboys taking over on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. He's going to loft one deep to the left. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Throwing again is Dak. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense in the hurry up here. Prescott now on 3rd down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And they won't do it. So that falls incomplete on 4th down.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Touchdown, Houston! So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans tie this game 7-7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And they finally bring him down after a huge return into their territory.
Well, by the time he shifted into a different gear and began that foot race up the left sideline, you could tell this return was already getting out of hand. And what a gift for this offense, who now gets to take over with a lot of the work in the field position already done.
And he's able to get this down to the 13. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock's still running. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. Second down now, 7 to go.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, it's Prescott. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Azeez Al-Shire has it. And the Texans are stopped on that return. So that interception is going to be the final play of this opening half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. Turpin with a return. And he'll be out of bounds at the 22-yard line on the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff for Vaughn. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Play action, Prescott. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. Juke the defender. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. A give to Vaughn out of the shotgun. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Kalen Bullock up to make the stop. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Dak off the play fake. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, kill.
Throwing now, off play action. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Looking to throw. They connect for the first. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. The right call came in at the right time, give him 9 yards, and a successful conversion on 4th. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's got a nice gain down inside the 10-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Has it in close. Touchdown, Dallas. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Pierce now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Mixon on the counter. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back to throw. Stroud. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it sets up a Houston 1st. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Keeping it with Mixon. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Along this sideline inside the 25. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
On the quick, right?
On the ground again with Mixon. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Here we go.
From the 16. This one's caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans now trailed by just a point in the 4th. Nico Collins with the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans tie things up at 14. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And no return here. This is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Then we're going to 53. Yeah, here we go.
Here's Dak. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it'll be 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he's brought down after a short gain. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Cowboys want to end it in regulation if they can. Second down now, 7 to go.
Yeah! Wait.
Dak now from the gun. Oh my goodness, it's intercepted! Henry To'o comes up with it.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
First and 10, a run to Mixon. He breaks the tackle, and he'll be stopped after getting this down to the 31. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
I don't like you well.
Here we go.
I don't like you well.
Look at hot.
Back to throw. Finding Collins. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19.
I actually don't like people like you.
12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
Thank
The
you.
Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Wary of the clock here, Brock, but at least all their timeouts are still available. It's 1st and 10.
I don't like people that play video games.
And he's stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. Second down now, 7 to go.
All right.
He'll look to throw it. Throw left side, complete. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys.
I don't even like your
And now they're
rules.
powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. They're going to run here. It's Mixon. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
It's 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
Here he is to throw. Cut near the goal line. And they're going to do it, Brock. They break the tie in the final minute. It's a touchdown. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Field flipping return as he brought it down on the opposite side of the 50.
Hey, Kate, the best kick returners I was ever around, really at any level. They want this opportunity. They want their chance to help their team. They know they're down, but they also know that return, especially a good one like this, can set the offense up for success.
Setting up to pass. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it sets up second down.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And they pull it off. A touchdown catch in the final moments. And now overtime or a win right here are on the table. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the fourth. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
No. Why, Tony. Level.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Escapes the pocket. And that's incomplete. With 7 seconds left. Time for one, maybe two more snaps. Now with just 7 seconds left in the game, we've got a timeout.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Shotgun now for Stroud. Into the hands of Schultz.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Football on that 47-yard line. First down. From the gun, Stroud. Complete out to the right side. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into... Gotta block that missed kick from their minds and refocus. Still a win to be had as overtime has begun. Turpin with a return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First throw of overtime now. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks a little short of that 35. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
Kill. Yeah. Here we, at 47. 26.
First down, here's Dak. going to be caught by Cooks. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, go kill.
At the 37-yard line.
Under.
The give here on 2nd. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it. I promise you that. Coaches will file that one away the next time. They really need to pick up a few yards.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. Rolling left, buying some time. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Azeez Al-Shire has it. And the Texans surprise them with the interception and now have a chance to win this game. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
Now the give to Mixon. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Here's Stroud now. He completes it in traffic. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. There aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Kaimi Fairbairn on now as we see how he handles this moment. Timeout taken by the defense, their 2nd. And that'll leave them with just 1 remaining in overtime. And the kick team comes on, a chance to win it here in overtime. Houston calls it 2nd timeout, as they'll be left with just 1 more to work with here in OT. Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. He's got to drive this 37 yards down the middle. The kick is good. He got it. And they've taken back the lead. So the Texans come away with the road win. And they only needed to set him up with a shot to connect and win it with 3, and his aim was true to make it happen and put an end to this competitive ball game. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Dallas.